I'm driving in the dark. That's how I feel. First of all, the time change will make you feel that way all on its own. I think the sun came up at 6:30 something, 7:30 something this morning, which it was dark for a long time. Maybe you don't know, but I get up early, like 4 a.m. And I walk normally at 6, where it's still pretty dark. So now I'm walking in the pitch black in the morning. So I am literally walking, driving in the dark. When I go to get my grandchildren, it's going to be dark still. But that's really not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about us entering into new realms in our life, new things that we have to do or accomplish that are unfamiliar, that we can't see beyond a certain scope. And it's frightening. It's intimidating. I am homeschooling my grandchildren, and I didn't even graduate from high school. That is intimidating. I was an honor student, and I did get my GED immediately, but it's still, I'm not a teacher. Listen, I got a whole new respect for teachers because there's a lot of work to teaching. You got to think like a person that's that age to get them to understand what you're trying to explain to them and for them to retain it. And so it's difficult. It's driving in the dark. I'm helping my son get his storefront started at the Flamingo Island Flea Market in Bonita Springs, Florida. I'm giving away books every weekend there, so come on down and see us if you're in Bonita. But he has all kinds of merchandise. I don't know anything about blowers and tree saws, or I don't know even what they all are. And so I'm having to learn a whole new thing. I know about retail and know about sales, but I don't know about that. And so that's driving in the dark. Also, just in my relationship with my son, he's married and he's grown. He's been away from home a long time. I wasn't there like I should have been in his childhood. And so although we know each other and we love each other, there are many things we don't really know about each other. And there's things I say and he's like, Mom, you're asking way too many questions. And I'm like, well, look, I got to know this stuff. And it's weird. It's weird. It's driving in the dark. It's unfamiliar territory. And my ministry has shifted into a sort of a different avenue, and now it's shifting back into the old avenue, and it all feels unfamiliar and strange, and I don't know what's going to happen next, and it's like driving in the dark. Now, if you have really good headlights that are positioned in exactly the right way, because if they're too low, you can't see far enough ahead of you, and if they're too high, you can't see the ground right in front of you, and it's important that you have your lights positioned in the right way. And because, like I've said many times before, we all come from dysfunctional families, that's how our headlights get in the wrong spot, so to speak. And so then we're not able to see things accurately. It's just a fact. It's the way life is. No one, no matter how good your life is, how much money you have, how pleasant your childhood was, there's things we don't see accurately. And we need the Holy Spirit to guide us, to say, no, don't do that. Stop here, take a left. Turn your brights on. Slow down. Whatever has to take place, because he does know what's coming ahead. He does know what's coming ahead. He does know about homeschooling. He knows about ministry. He knows about storefronts at the flea market. He knows anything that I need to know. And he also knows about every one of your circumstances. Every situation you're running into that you don't know what to do next, God has an answer for you. And he wants to give it to you. But it requires that you ask him for the answer, and that you wait for his answer, and that you follow his instruction. That's what works. That's what's getting me through all this stuff. And it is. I've been wildly successful in all these endeavors, and it's because I admit that I don't know what I'm doing. I go to the source that does have the answer and will give it to me, and I obey what the Lord of God tells me to do. It's an incredible experience that brings so much reward, so much hope, so much light to my path. And so even when I am driving in the dark, I feel safe because the Holy Spirit is a good guide who has a good intention for my life. So listen, follow those steps, keep your headlights on, and don't be scared of driving in the dark. See you guys next week.